So some people have been a little ironically critical of how I am critical with Critical Drinker, but despite what people think, I've tried to maintain consistency. The problem is Drinker himself just moves all over the place to suit his needs to make money and says and does the most ridiculous, absurd things. It's worked out for him. It's just he's a grifter. But unlike some other people, I am willing to admit where he does seem to have at least some consistency, even though it's going to be very, very small. So we're going to be reacting to a reaction to his Andor review, and for the most part, I'm in agreement with Organized Chaos that this could have been a good video, and it is fine within one section, but a lot of it is the usual cringe that he puts out.
A little too slowly for its own goods. The show is roughly split into a series of 3-episode mini-arcs, where the first 2 are there to establish the stakes and objectives.
I mean, that'd be very roughly, because it was actually 3, 3, 4, 2. I like the pace. I like the slower pace. It is a slower pace, but I like it because it just feels more natural.
And the third puts it all into action, but most...
Oh, hey, Alex, I didn't see you in there. Biggest gripe with Andor is the lack of alien. They have some alien characters, especially towards the end. I guess not a ton, but yeah.
The time, those first 2 could be condensed into one without losing a huge amount of narrative depth. The result is the story can sometimes progress frustratingly slowly.
So at least for part of the video, he did concentrate on Andor, the actual show, and went into its problems and its virtues. And there we are. Could have just ended the video there, but of course you have to begin the video hating Kathleen Kennedy because apparently she's Adolf Hitler. I don't know why she's Adolf Hitler. None of these videos really explain it. It's just apparently she wore a t-shirt, and now she's the worst, most evil Nazi in the universe, and somehow she got all this power in Hollywood, giving Steven Spielberg 1 cup of coffee. And if you think I'm exaggerating, no, he actually says that in a video. She's some kind of Nazi beast and she must be destroyed. And then he ends the video, of course, with the usual feminist Nazi evil thing that must be destroyed and combated.
Security guards, I was bracing myself for another ridiculous girl boss moment where she beats all of them single-handed, courtesy of some forgiving camera angles and some very accommodating stuntmen. But nope, she just gets taken down and arrested, and that's it. Holy shit, it's almost like this show was written with realism and story consistency in mind, instead of massaging the producer's ego and pushing the message.
What is the message, dude? Please, I'm begging you, tell me what the message is. You were going so well with this video. Like, it wasn't perfect, but it's like...
So Andor is good, and again, at least he's being honest there, but it's good because women don't have too much power. But there's still too many women with power in this show, so he can't fully endorse it. This does not make him an extreme sexist or misogynist because, I don't know. There's also a definite internal inconsistency because he's saying Kathleen Kennedy has all this insane power in Hollywood. At the same time, Disney is powerless. They've destroyed Star Wars. Nobody's watching these things. They're complete failures. Well, how could Kathleen Kennedy and Disney have all this power but be powerless? Doesn't quite add up. So there's no real logic or coherence to his videos on the whole. They're just following a trend. If Endgame is popular, he says it's good. If it's unpopular, suddenly says it's bad. And he said House of the Dragon wouldn't work. Why? Had a black man in it. But then it started working. He's like, oh, I forgive the black man. I think House of the Dragon is okay. And he maintains consistency because House of the Dragon shows women with some power, but they're also shown to be very, very weak. And so it gets his house of approval because they're weak women, and that's what we need to have in any good show or story. Critical Drinker sometimes puts out good videos, but yeah, if Andor is his best effort, on the whole, his content is pretty much garbage. It is mainly just political content for a very radical right-wing audience. Actually tries to be more moderate. Again, I assume for the sake of the algorithm. Mostly, Drinker's a complete fool, but at least he had some coherence in this video. I'll grant him that. And I do think actually Organized Chaos was being a little too harsh in a few places in his video, but on the whole, it was a pretty good response video, and I highly recommend it. So there we go. At least he maintained a little consistency on embracing good shows with Andor, but will Critical Drinker be actually honest next time? I have strong, strong doubts on that.